people's efforts to smear him because he wasn't like anti-genocide enough is just, there's only so, he did a lot. He cared.
If you're unaware, Ethan Klein has been going through this crash out phase, which seemingly happened amidst the podcast with him and Hassan and their different opinions on Israel and Gaza. That seemed to put him into a tizzy. So I saw this clip right here the other day where he then reinforces his opinion on Israel-Gaza. I saw this right here where he talks about when he's releasing his Hassan Content Nuke, which we're going to get into that. Bad Empanada kind of gave his 10 cents on the nuke. And another thing I wanted to address was his attack on a particular creator and kind of scrub through this a little bit because I found this to be rather irritating. So without further ado, I was once an H3 podcast fan. This was a podcast that I was very much so looking forward to as often as they released episodes. And I saw a couple of the crew members leave throughout the process of this crash out and this attack phase that Ethan's been going through. And after being a fan, I started to see this turn in his behavior post him and Hassan's Israel-Gaza opinion differences. This has really sent Ethan into some kind of tizzy. I think what really got to him was the fact that he's feeling like he really has to defend Israel. I think a part of that, not all of it, but a part of it has to do with the fact that he's married to Ela, who was once an IDF member. And if anything is said against the IDF, then that to him is automatically deemed as anti-Semitism, which to him, Israel's not allowed to have any criticism at all, which is very interesting because, like, I will openly criticize America. I think every country deserves criticism. So I don't think that this takes Israel out of that equation to say that, nah, they don't deserve any criticism for the genocide that took place. And I get that people have different opinions on it. Now, do I think the opposite opinion, the pro-genocide opinion is correct? No. I am totally anti-genocide on this matter. And that leads me right into this clip right here. This person said, on today's show, Ethan Klein lambasted supporters of Palestine for smearing Joe Biden over his role in the Gaza genocide and claims they just don't know how hard Biden worked to restrain Israel and secure a ceasefire. Crew member AB responds with, fuck Joe Biden. And why did AB say that? Because AB literally has family in Gaza. So it's very disrespectful to say this in the first place, but let's just play the clip for you guys.
Life and service to this country. Like, people's efforts to smear him because he wasn't like anti-genocide enough is just, there's only so, he did a lot. He cared. He had his foot on the levers. You guys don't understand that. And you'll see, like I said, in the coming months, what it looks like without your foot on that pedal.
That's an absolutely insane take to say he had his foot on the levers. So if he did, he would have so-called pressed that lever and maybe prevented the genocide from happening. But no, he was pro-genocide. Joe Biden definitely allowed this genocide to happen by frickin' funding it. I don't know what other opinion you can have on that. Are you going to look at that and say, no, America didn't fund it. We didn't have any involvement in it. Like, no, he could have stopped it. But no, he said, here you go. Here's the weapons. Go kill the Palestinians. And it's just so abhorrent and brutal to see it in this light that he is viewing this in. And it's like, dare I say it, it's really strange. But that's just my personal opinion on the take.
Fuck Joe Biden. Respectfully.
That's fine. I personally think he was actually a really good president.
And it's weird because this is why I followed along with Ethan in the first place, because I viewed him as like a leftist creator and I always respected his opinions. But even this just, at first when they had their disagreement on the podcast, I thought, this is just like another episode because there was like the Ethan and Trisha fallout. I'm sure there's been like other fallouts I'm not very aware of from before I was a fan that he's had. But I just thought this was like, just another fallout, like whatever. But I didn't realize the power of it until I understood more about the Israel-Gaza situation. And let's just keep playing this clip because it is sad ultimately that Ethan is also putting his opinions out there that I'm going to confidently say that I don't think a good chunk of his crew even agrees with, and they're having to be very quiet when he talks on this matter.
I think pretty soon he go to hell.
But he's definitely going to die pretty soon, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of, the podcast falling apart with him and Hassan, Ethan has been on this big tear ever since then where he feels that any pro-Palestinian creator that is like anti-genocide is someone that he needs to go and attack. And I'll just give a prime example of this. He went and attacked Frogan for a while after, his Hassan thing. Then he went and had to recently attack Mika's Rhetoric, which we'll get into that in a second. There's more creators. There's the Jake Doolittle situation, which that was a whole nother difference. It had nothing to do with Israel-Gaza, but it's kind of led him on this tear of like creator takedowns and or getting creators harassed, which is precisely why I brought up Jake. And it's really upsetting to see that a creator who I thought was very anti-harassment and being against, attacking people to the point that they're getting death threats and people that are getting harmed online as a result of Ethan. I thought this was something that I would never see him do in a million years. And seeing that creators that I personally know, creators that I watch, are getting just nasty threats and messages. Now, am I going against the H3 community saying everyone in the H3 community is giving out these threats? No, I'm not saying that because there are some very sweet people within the community after all. However, what happens when Ethan puts stuff out there like this, clips like this get shared in subreddits, clips get shared on Twitter, and then it starts farming other people who are very hateful. And those, as a result, end up being a lot of the people who then, propose these threats on other creators and just slam their DMs with these threats. And it's a really, truthfully, like seeing an older man put out threats on these creators, not that he's doing it, but that his actions are leading to these creators getting these threats, is really upsetting me. And he's like not even, like women by themselves alone online, minus Ethan's threats, already just typically speaking, get enough threats and nasty comments and things they've got to deal with already, even just outside of the internet as well. But when you have a community and a giant chunk of people coming from Ethan that are ending up harassing someone like Frogan into oblivion is just disgusting. Nobody is deserving of death threats as a result of a man's behavior online. No matter what, I don't think anybody deserves a death threat. And I will always stand by that matter. I don't know what it is in Ethan's mind that he can't seem to just like take a step back from this and go, okay, maybe I'm, going a little too far. Maybe I should take a break from, attacking creators. But no, he's got his content nuke that he has to do on Hassan. And Bad Empanada has some words to say about it. Now, I know a lot of people aren't quite Bad Empanada fans, but I think this is an interesting piece on what he had to say on the nuke.
Klein's content nuke is just going to be pathetic, like, oh, Hassan said that he supports... I mean, even Klein's content nuke is just going to be pathetic, like, oh, Hassan said that he supports 9/11. Hassan said that, like, Israelis are settlers. Hassan platformed Bad Empanada by watching a video by Bad Empanada that exposed Loner Box as a genocide supporter. Oh, the thing that I'm most interested in regarding the Ethan Klein supposed content nuke is that he's inevitably, given that it's mostly about a political issue, regardless of how much he wants to pretend otherwise, the issue that Ethan Klein has is that he is on the wrong side of a genocide, okay? So he's ultimately going to have to talk about that. And I will have a fucking field day with that. I will absolutely eviscerate him. You just know he's just going to make something up.
It is quite crazy because I think we all know that Ethan is gonna just, I think a lot of his points probably came from Destiny's subreddit too, which is funny because Ethan has had to go back and like re-edit and change some stuff with this supposed content nuke.
Last night, I'll tell you guys, I finished the, basically the video's done. I need to now, over the weekend, I'm going to polish. I'm going to add a little bit to close it out.
Because I think he pulled points from Destiny's subreddit, and Destiny just got outed. So he's like, oh shit, I got to pull back. And that's just an assumption. So I don't know if fair that is to say or not. But having said that, he's going to whip out the Hassan classic. Oh, Hassan's a socialist, but he has money. Hassan has a house. Hassan bought a car. Hassan once said America deserved. He's going to also go as like anti-Muslim as he can possibly go, which is going to be crazy. I think this video is going to do more harm to Ethan himself than it's going to do to like anybody. It's going to be a nightmare of a video.
Make emotional arguments. He's just going to be like, how dare you? It's going to be so easy to just disprove. Like he can only possibly embarrass himself when it comes to covering the facts. So I'd suspect he's going to stick to trying to smear Hassan with really funny epic editing. And he's also going to try to smear Rashid, the Yemeni kid, as a terrorist. He wants to hilariously, as the least intellectually endowed man in the world, attempt to talk about the facts regarding Israel-Palestine, and particularly the Gaza genocide. He's just going to embarrass himself, and it's going to be a fucking field day for everyone who's just sitting here licking our lips, just waiting for him to try.
You can watch the rest of this Bad Empanada video. It's called I'm Excited for the H3 Content Nuke on Hassan. I don't know why this video even has to be made, is what I'm getting at. It's just kind of like a thing where Ethan is like shitting on his own character, really, and showing us how bad he is. And I think, speaking of which, H3 Podcast is literally losing subscribers as a result of Ethan's behavior. You can see daily they're losing about 330 subscribers, about 2.3K weekly. In the last 30 days, they've lost 10,000 subscribers. If that's not proof in the pudding of what I'm talking about, I'm not sure what is. Moving on to the next portion of this, which is the Mika's rhetoric video. Mika made a video on Ethan almost similar to the one I'm making right now, where it was just her open and honest thoughts on Ethan. And apparently Ethan had to like react to this and put her on blast, which resulted in a lot of people going after Mika and wanting to harass her. Let's see what this was all about. Let's see how this went.
Other girls, if you can believe it, even more ridiculous, I feel like this dummy, Mika, who I had never heard about. I don't know who she is. She's a small commentary creator.
Yeah, and small correction.
He goes, I don't know who she is. And he also calls her dumb right off the bat, which I feel is pretty misogynistic. I always thought that Ethan was not misogynistic, but there were more clips that came out on Ethan that proved to me that he is. And it just kind of like reiterated that message back for me, especially because I know that Mika's not dumb. In fact, she's the very opposite of that. She's got like her master's, and she's a very intelligent woman. So it really is crazy to me that he had to say this.
I'll wait for us to go and break. This came out like a week before it went on.
Fair enough.
Respect.
Take a look at Mika.
Get some nuance up in this bitch.
Who's totally not here to farm clout.
Oh.
Hi everyone.
And hi everyone.
Hi everyone. It's me again, and today I'm genuinely the most terrified I've ever been to ever talk about anything.
Once again, she's already making herself the victim.
How many?
She hasn't even said
10
anything.
seconds in. We're 10 seconds.
Maybe she's being honest and afraid that a man that is on a, that's on a shit smearing campaign is going to come attack her. And she's, very just for feeling this way. So I don't know why Ethan even has to make any comments on it. It's like, no shit, she's going to be scared. She's a woman online, too, to begin with.
No, but she's already setting this up like, I am so victimized by Ethan, I haven't even started the video. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking shit about somebody who is like, has a reputation to responding to critics, you should be scared. I mean, especially, she does zero research in the... Well, not play, I'm getting ahead of myself.
Ever. And I wish that was a joke, but alas, here we are. So today we're going to be talking about H3.
You know, you didn't have to make this video.
I don't know what you're talking about. There is man with a firearm.
I was gonna say
just out of frame.
She could be a prisoner.
Yeah, holding to her head.
The thing that I find very interesting about this is he's basically singling her out. This is not the only video on Ethan's crash out. My videos that I'm making right now is not the second video. There is videos on end talking about this. So the fact that he singled her out tells me right there that when he says, oh, you didn't have to make this video. Hey, Ethan, you didn't have to watch the video, okay?
Must make an H3 hate video.
That would make more sense potentially. I'm so scared. I so don't want to make this video. This is the last thing I want to do. But I have to do it.
I have to.
It's
I have
too
to be
important.
brave. I shouldn't be phobic. I'm phobic.
It's too important for me to regurgitate half-baked things and do no research.
And I'm just going to talk about my feelings, my thoughts, the complexities, where I've been. Maybe I felt like I've been too complacent in certain things. I felt like I've, maybe run a little bit too much defense, and where my thoughts are now, and kind of my perception on the general audience perception, how things have changed. And yeah, everything's looking good. I look pale as hell. I think my makeup looks like Doki.
I didn't want to say it. I'm just kidding.
Nah, that's pretty eyeshadow.
I didn't really
know.
even. I think.
No, her makeup's. Yeah,
It's a nice
I'm just
color.
kidding. I'm making a joke about her self-deprecation.
Yeah.
She looks great, and that's not my criticism.
Totally.
She's very dumb, and
Yeah.
she's not nuanced, and she's horrible at doing these videos.
Yeah.
But
Terrible
she looks
communicator.
great.
I like how we get 2 yeahs from Dan and Love after he says she's dumb. That's just great. Right off the cuff. Really does a lot for her.
She looks great. Love her glasses too.
I don't have a lot of notes. I just finished work. Also, obviously, because everything has to be good. These are my little, very short, just like 1 page.
So here she says again, nuanced conversation about Ethan Klein. I have almost no notes, and I did no prepreration.
Little iPad note moment.
Also, here's a page full of notes. What does she mean she has no notes and then holds up a fucking notepad full of notes? What's she talking about?
She leans on this throughout the videos. Like, she says something outrageous, and then it's like, oh no, but keep in mind that might be wrong. This is just a conversation.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually have no clue.
Which goes against the beginning of this video.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
This is a nuanced take.
It's just a conversation.
She's like a modern day.
Mind you, they were only 50 seconds into this video, and I know right now I'm not much better, but they have effectively paused this video like 1 billion times already, and it's like an hour-long video. I think it was like 45 minutes, but they just cannot hold themselves back from pausing this video literally every like 5 seconds. It's crazy.
Martin Luther opposing the church. This is
She's risking
This is
it
her.
all for
Yeah,
this.
exactly. This is her
Taking the letter
opus,
up.
man. This is her life's work.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, pray for me, I guess, in advance. Links.
Well, listen. Again, you didn't have to make this.
Prayers up.
Nobody's praying for you, lady.
I'll pray her. I'll send her a little prayer.
I'll send you a prayer, all right? Yeah, I'll fucking send you a prayer. Whatever that means.
It's
Which-
almost
which-
as if she knows something's wrong about making this video.
Yeah, exactly. She's uneasy.
Because she knows she's going to get harassed. I don't know why they're acting as if they don't know that she is going to get harassed as a result of this video. In fact, she felt it so much, she ended up tweeting something. And I'm going to show you what she tweeted. She said, I have always said that if YouTube affects my IRL, I'm stepping away. The recent events have come very close to that. So my socials are staying private, and I'm not accepting followers because I genuinely don't care about clout. One to Apple and pay my student loans, which she was doing pretty well on YouTube. So it's sad she has that. She said, "Here's what I'm doing: putting out 2 more videos for January. I signed this contracts. After that, I genuinely don't know what I'm gonna do." Ethan has effectively scared her off of the internet, which is insane to do to somebody. I mean, that is totally unhinged behavior. I want to show you a little bit more of this, like character critique. I don't want to go through the whole entire thing because it's very long, obviously. You can watch the rest of it, but there's a couple more things they scratch on that I just think is so weird.
She's talking shit about somebody who's probably going to respond to her, and she's scared. And like that's justifiable fear because you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Risk reward.
channel, all that kind of stuff, all down below, including the link.
But again, no matter what I say, it doesn't matter because they win no matter what. She probably got a ton of subs. Pull up her Social Blade. I bet she got a ton of subs. She got a ton of attention for it. And by the way, it's objectively a terrible video.
If he's thinking that she got subs, it means that she's saying the right thing or doing the right thing. Because obviously Ethan's losing subs, so he's obviously feeling insecure about the amount of subs that he's losing. It's just like, dude, come on, man.
It gets virtually everything wrong. It's not researched. It's not well thought out. Nothing she says is backed up. Everything she says is hedged. It's a terrible video. And somehow, you know, people come, they sub, they support her. And no matter what I say on this episode, those people are still going to be like, yeah, girl, you got him. And now she...
It seems like because he keeps pausing it and almost saying the identical thing over and over again, it seems like this video like really bothered him because he wouldn't talk about it if it didn't bother him. But he seems so bothered by this video that he has to keep reiterating these points to like try to self-defend. You can see how many times he's already paused it and he like just got to a minute in it. If you enjoyed this video and you want to hear more about internet drama and news, hit that subscribe button to this channel. There'll be more videos coming soon, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.